Welcome to Ecstatic Yoga. I am Grace. So happy that you are here today. And I'm excited that we'll be practicing a Yin Asana, and we're going to have the focus on embodiment. So we're just going to have a lot of fun today. So let's put your cushion if you have a cushion. I'm going to do a little opening, centering, and then we'll move into some movement with the focus of embodiment. And remember, this is a yin practice. So yin practices are more restorative. We move slower. And a big focus with the yin is mindfulness. One way to be more conscious, more mindful, more aware of your surroundings, your present moment, is to move slowly, very slowly. I'm going to give you an example of moving slowly. I was in Costa Rica. As most of you know, we have a teacher training out there. And I saw a sloth. And so the sloth was looking the other direction. As you know, sloths move slow. Look in the other direction. And when I saw the sloth, I didn't see exactly this, but I had a friend that also saw the same thing. So what I saw and what she saw was very similar. So the sloth is looking the other way. And we make a noise to get its attention. The sloth moves like this. Even the smile was slow. So we're going to slow down and be present. And our focus today is embodiment. So let's begin by getting really comfortable on your cushion, adjusting yourself if you need. I like to put it right on the back here. So it's resting on my sit bones and my legs can come down towards the floor. It's very comfortable. So try that out. And I invite you, if you want to use a hand mudra, I love Hakimi because all the meridians are connected and the body is connected. It's a closed circuit, and I really like that. I also like the chin and some different ones, but use what feels right for you. And just enter into mindful breathing, witnessing your natural flow of breath, however that is right now. Taking a few breaths, bring all your awareness to this natural flow, this natural rhythm. Watch how you breathe in your body. Now I invite you to drop that breath down to the belly. And how you noticed your breath, just drop it down to the belly and you'll be breathing into the abdomen. And you can remain with your eyes closed or closing if you weren't. Bringing the breath into the lower abdomen. And we'll be breathing this way through the rest of the practice. But I invite you to take a few breaths here, breathing into the lower belly, really bringing all your awareness and your attention to that abdominal breathing. Nothing else exists That belly expanding out to the inhale. And on the exhale, that belly button coming in towards the spine. And slow breaths, and see if you can deepen it and lengthen it just a little bit. And take this moment to check in on the inner aliveness in your emotional landscape, in the physical aspect of your being, noticing any tingling or sensation, vibration. Check in with how you are right now. No judgment, no need to change anything, just noticing. And you notice that pulse that moves through your body. Things at the heart. You feel energetic pulses. Keeping the breath in the belly. And then I invite you to set an intention for yourself, for this lifetime, for this practice, or anything in between. And take a moment to feel those emotions. And letting that intention go with a this or better, this or better, this or better. Coming back, opening your eyes. Beautiful job. So let's just do some warm-ups. Let's move the body side by side. And our focus is embodiment. So as we're moving in our body today, we're going to really bring the awareness to the sensations, and going to be doing a little self-massage with this embodiment practice. And let's move into some circles. So as we move through this practice, I'm going to take onto our mat. As we move through this practice today, we're going to go slow and really bring our awareness to our body, focusing on the body. We want to extend it forward just a little and observe some of the sounds around us. If we have music on, that's okay too. Let's go the other direction. But our biggest focus is the sensations in our body. And if thinking comes into play, which it will, most likely, maybe not, You are a master guru, and you have that mind completely silent and still. That's okay. But for many of us, thoughts will come in, and let's just stay forward for now. And if that happens, and the minute you recognize those thoughts, let's move back and forth in your hips. Just bring yourself back to what you're feeling in your body. Bring your energy back to this embodiment, this animal body, sensory equipment, that your soul, your eternal, the true identity of yourself. And it's coming down. And bring the hands back. True identity. Let's just go back and forth. Is animating through. It's animated through many forms, many animal bodies, lifetime, different forms. And this is just another form. And everyone is equally wonderful, less spiritual than the etheric form. This is just another experience. So coming back to center, let's just lift those hips. Bring them down. Just begin on your own, lifting, moving them around a little bit, getting ourselves embodied, feeling the sensations in your body, and finding your own flow with it. Coming back to center. Beautiful job. Let's bring the legs out in front of us. We have beautiful, beautiful two legs. Let's just begin to massage the leg. I'm on the left leg. You can start on whichever one you want. See the massage and connect to it. And remembering to include that foot, beautiful sacred foot. So there's aliveness that's animating through this physical equipment, which is part of us as we embody into it, but it's not the eternal part of us. That eternal spirit, that is the most sacred. It's conscious awareness. It's sustained and created by the universal creator source, benevolent divine being. So your awareness is truly all good. And any stories that were less than good, or there's any guilt or shame you've ever had, can let go of that and connect to this unchanging part of us that is always holiness. And allow that to embody this mind, this heart, this whole system, physicality, the blood, the muscles, the bone. So we're going to start massaging the other leg. And when you're doing this, do it with great love and great attention. This is this present moment form that your eternal soul is animating. Your eternal soul, one of the experiences you're just replaying, and you get to. And the more you can empower this eternal self, just rubbing both the legs, front and the back, really connecting with it, noticing the sensations as you rub it, and caress it with just love, enlivening it, bringing energy into it. And then we're going to do a little friction. Just doing a little friction on the leg. Going to the other leg. Going his feet. Ankles. Especially the knees. Love that friction on top of the knees. Back in the front. Just anything else that needs to be or hasn't done. Heels again. You feel good. we're gonna do the arms and other parts of the body as we move through, but we're gonna move into single leg or both. So bring one leg out. I have my left leg and bending this right leg. So the sole of the right foot is going to rest gently on the left inner thigh. I want you to take a moment to maybe feel that connection that your right leg is pressing, that sole is pressing into the inner thigh of the left leg. Feel that connection. Be aware of it. Part of your body is touching another part of your body. Anyone who's touching your body, you become very aware. Sometimes we're not as aware when we touch our own body. So notice that connection, that touch right there. Body to become even more and more empowered in this physical form. This experience for many. The sun is an orb often. That's a great experience too, but that's no more spiritual. This is a little harder, more challenging. So as we inhale, we're going to lengthen the spine. And then as you exhale at the hip, find that hip joint and exhale at the hip. Just folding forward, hinging forward on that exhale. And before you round the spine, I invite you to bring the hands down to the earth. And I invite you to find that edge in the hip. You feel the back leg muscles. You can even flex and extend that leg. And breathe into the body. And begin to, as you just slowly flex and extend the foot. Extended foot. Still noticing my right foot on the left thigh. And extending, flexing and extending this left foot. And I'm noticing those sensations. It feels different on when I extend it than when I flex it. And I invite you now, after a few breaths here, see if you can hinge a little bit deeper into the hip and around the spine. And relaxing that foot for a moment there, wherever you want to have it, and just resting the head towards the leg. And taking a few breaths here as you really drop into single leg forward fold. So the inward pose, going inward and noticing all the inner sensations. The physical sensations in the body, fully present to the body and sensation. And we'll breathe in silence for a few breaths. And on the next inhale, coming up. Beautiful job. And we're going to release right leg. Swap those legs a little bit and chill wiper the feet. And move on to the other side. So I have my right leg extended out. I'm going to bend this left leg. And we'll feel the left foot, sole of the left foot pressing into my right leg. Notice that connection. Inhaling, lengthening the spine. And exhaling, hinging at the hip, not rounding the spine. Hinging at the hip. Find that edge. Back leg muscles will tell you. Bring the hands down to the mat if you can. Beginning to flex and extend that right foot, noticing all these beautiful sensations. Moving it a little here and there. Noticing the sensations in this right extended leg. Keeping the breath flowing in your belly. If you want to engage that Mula Bandha, any of the bandhas, feel free. And now let's see if we can hinge a little deeper in the hip and then coming all the way down. And again, basking in your own inner nectar, fully absorbed in that ecstatic energy field within all the sensations. And on the next inhale, gently and kindly, and all the way up. Beautiful. Let's bring those feet together in Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. And taking a moment to do a little extra massage on these feet. Becoming aware of your feet. How aware of your feet? When was the last time you looked at your feet really closely? So take that time right now to really look at the feet, the toes, them closely. And wrapping the hands around the feet, begin to flap those butterfly wings. Just imagine that you are a butterfly and these are your wings. Lit here and there and anywhere very quickly. It would be like to be embodied in a butterfly. And relaxing and slowing down that flight and we're going to land. I'm going to land on a flower. And I invite you to bring those knees down, all the way down. Just rest on this flower for a moment. Inhale as you extend the spine, rising up. And engage that mula bandha, that pelvic floor, gently engage and lifting up as our Xander. And we're going to breathe into the belly, a few breaths in silent stillness, noticing sensations in the body, fully present. Everything's stopped, and our awareness is fully focused on our embodiment. Beautiful. On your next exhale, I invite you to hinge forward. Hinge forward, bringing the hands to the earth. You can come down to the forearms, you can clasp the hands, and engaging that mula bandha and going into some breaths. You can relax the head as well. Deep breaths here, fully engaged in sensation, basking in that dynamic aliveness within you. On your next inhale, coming up, Bring the hands up. And let's bring those legs out again. Flip flop them. Move any way that you need to. Whatever feels good for you. We're going to move into a little twist, a seated twist. Before we do that, let's bring some attention to the arms. So beginning to rub one of your arms and just giving it some attention and realizing it's there and this is part of you and really loving it just the way it is, however it is. Shoulders, just bringing your awareness to this is part of your embodiment, your physicality. Looking at your arm, giving it some attention. What does it look like? The real arm here. Wow. What a video game character. It's a movie character. It's a real living body temple. This is divine source animated through this. We're at the hand now, so just beginning to give the hand some attention and looking at this hand and how beautiful it is and admiring it and admiring and appreciating all that this hand does, depending on who you are and what you do. And maybe you're an athlete, you're a yogi, and all the poses that it can get you into. Maybe you're an artist, moving to the other hand, and you make art, or you're a gardener, or you're a cook, thinking of all the ways you can caress your child's face and back, help them go to sleep. Isn't this beautiful feeling? And so being grateful for it, and allowing more and more of your attention to embody into this hand, this palm, these fingers, just looking how beautiful it is, life force energy, front and the back. Don't forget the back of the hand. Giving that back of the hand glove, just observing what it looks like, bringing your attention to it. This is a very intelligent part of your body. There's a lot of intelligence in hands. And you notice that when you're in Costa Rica and you're watching the monkeys and their tail and their hands and their faces are so highly evolved. And in our hands, how highly evolved that hand is, and how many things it can do, things that other creatures absolutely couldn't do. Play guitar, piano, so many things. Sign language, I'm grateful for that. Bring a little attention to your wrists. And let's come up this arm and give it some massage and attention and love. And as you're massaging it, giving it love too. Love. Embodying this arm, we're bringing our attention and awareness to this arm. Where your attention goes, energy flows. We're bringing energy and consciousness into this arm. It feels good. It really feels good to massage this muscle here on the forearm. Just appreciating your arm and however it is. I have all these freckles, hundreds of millions, thousands of freckles. When I was little, I got teased a lot and I wanted them to go away. But now it's me and I can love them, even if people do tease me from trying to stay still. That's okay. My body. Not everybody has that. But be appreciated for you exactly as you are now. Maybe you're not the exact weight you want. You want to gain a little, you want to lose a little bit. So right now, be at the place where you don't want to gain or lose anything. To love yourself, to accept yourself. Right here, right now, wherever your body's at, health-wise, physical, whatever it is, bring your pure, unconditional love into this physical aspect of your being, this part of you that is formed with your animated. Massage the chest a little bit, knowing that this isn't the final. This is a suit. This is a vehicle. This is an instrument. This isn't our whole self. We're animating through it. And the minute our conscious awareness leaves this body, the body will die. We will just perish without the life force consciousness animating through it, connected to it, light body connected to it, entire spirit body, energy body, all connected in towards this physical form, inside infinite, everything infinite, being appreciative to this experience, and our souls lining up for physical experience. It's just as sacred as any other experience. Same consciousness as any. Can be a bit of a challenge. All right, so we're going to move into that twist. So let's bring the knees up. And this, I didn't block this one, I apologize. So I have my left knee up. I'm going to go opposite of you because I mix it up if I don't. Just to be able to do that very well, especially after having flipped around channels I use. And then I'm going to take my right leg straight out. Just relax the foot. It doesn't need to be flexed. Just be relaxed, wherever is comfortable for you. And then you're going to take your left foot and you're going to bring it over to the outside of the right. Yeah. And then you're going to take this right hand and you're going to wrap it around the left leg. And then inhale, lengthening the spine. Bringing this left hand right behind the left buttocks. And on your inhale, we are going to lengthen the spine. And on the exhale, we're going to twist and gaze out beyond that left shoulder. We'll do 2 more breaths at your own pace. Inhaling, we're going to lengthen. And exhale. Notice where your body's connected to other body parts. Notice the earth below. Notice the sensations in the body. And on your next exhale, when you're done, back to center. Do a little micro twist to the other side. Back. We're going to move to the other side. The left leg is going to come out. I'm going to take this right leg, bend the knee, and take that right leg right over the left, the outside of the left leg. I'm going to take this left arm and tuck that right leg and knee in towards the bottom. Inhale, lengthening the spine, bringing this right hand right behind the right buttocks, and exhale, twisting to gaze out over the right shoulder. And 2 more breaths. Is inhaling on the in, extending on the inhale, and twisting on the exhale. And on your next exhale, releasing back. Nice and gentle micro twist. And bringing those legs back out in front. And flip flop them a little bit. And we're going to lie down on our backs. There's a lot we can actually do on our backs. We're going to do some gentle stuff here on our back. The first thing I want you to do is take a little rest, relaxation, and while you rest, I invite you to massage this abdominal area. The stomach a little bit, very gently follow. If you go into pain, always back off. All these internal organs, the large and small intestine, and just very gently. I like to always go clockwise, the way the intestines flow the food, so you can help them along. You don't back it up. So I'm making a little circle clockwise Noticing the sensations here. Very gentle, very loving, and taking this moment to again feel that love for yourself. And if you have a shirt, you can pull it up a little bit and just massage onto your skin. That's even better. Some more connection, more love. I like to take my waist and just do a little squeeze right here. Feels so good. You can even bring your hands underneath, give a little massage to your back, going on either side of the spine, not directly on your spine, just on those erector spinae muscles that come up along the side spine. Even feeling the ribs, the rib cage, feeling what it feels like to be you on this torso, this body, this core. What does it feel like physically? No judgment, nothing negative, only positive feelings towards your body. This is the form you take. And this is exactly as it is. Loving it, knowing that no form is perfect. Even in the centuries ago, the more cellulite and the more bulges of fat, the more beautiful the woman was. And when in the 80s, 90s, the thinner they could be was the better. And I feel like now we've moved into a much better perspective of bodies, and thin or either way isn't. More accepting of all body types. We're moving into that time in our human history, which we really need to. The most important thing is health of the body. And then just giving your torso a little hug. Be aware that it's there. Thanking it. Appreciating it. We're going to move into a little supported bridge. I'm going to use my cushion. You can also use a block. I'm going to use as well, or you can do a little both, because we're going to go up a couple times. So we're going to, before we go into our extended bridge, we're just going to go into a two-legged table, a half bridge. So we're going to press into those feet and lift the hips halfway. Just notice those sensations, appreciating it. And on your next exhale, coming down one vertebrae at a time. And let's bring those knees into the chest and rock back and forth. Bringing a lot of love to the body today. And then we're going to come up and we're going to take our cushion or our block. Let me try a block. And we're going to bring it right under the sacrum. I'm not going to be putting it on the spine. We're going to put it right on that sacrum. Right below the lumbar spine. Have your lumbar curve here. And then right on the buttocks there. Taking a little while. I like to take those legs and widen them up a little bit and allow the knees to drop in so I can just really relax. So a little teeny hip opener as well. And we're going to take a few breaths here, taking our time, a little extended, holding the pose longer, allowing time for the muscles to release and relax, and taking that inward time to bask in that bliss, that presence within, those sensations and aliveness. I invite you to do that now. thoughts arise, bring yourself back to sensation. Taking a nice deep breath, and back into the body. And on the next inhale, we're going to lift those hips up. Remove that block. Coming down. We're going to bring those knees into the chest, rocking back and forth. Noticing sensation. And I'm going to have you come to the other side, perspective. Twist your body. You can use a block or a cushion. We're going to go one more time into our bridge. Just noticing sensation and being in the body. Just a little different perspective. So we're going to inhale as we press into the feet, lift the hips, bring that block or cushion right out of the buttocks on the sacrum of the body, relaxing down, opening up the legs, knees dropping in, and taking some time in this pose to dive into that presence, that inner spaciousness. That aloneness, sovereignty, so blissful and quiet. Want to rise, bring yourself back into the self, into the body, into the present, into the moment. Rest in the heart. Expand into the bliss. Bliss of simply being. Taking a nice deep breath. Noticing intently how that feels. Breathing the body. And gently coming back. And those feet back to hip width apart. Lifting those hips, removing that block or cushion, and bringing those knees into the chest. We're going to grab onto this right knee, and we're going to let this left leg come out. And this left leg is going to be pressing down towards the earth. That's the line of intention. while we bring this right knee, we can widen it out a little bit gently in towards the body, respecting those ribs on the outside the ribs, moving more towards my armpit. And feel those two lines of energy. Engage that Mula Bandha. Breathe into the belly and become fully present to all the sensations in the body. Slow, deep, present breath. Notice the positioning. Feel that extended leg pressing towards the earth. And that bent knee coming in towards the body and the earth. A whole different way. One more breath. And on the exhale, gently releasing that leg, bringing them both down flat. And take a moment to just reset here. Feel the earth underneath. Take a very deep, present breath. Where are the toes, the fingers, the legs, the hips, torso, the arms, the face. And bring hands, and we're going to start to massage the head a little bit, the scalp. And lift the head up a little at the bottom. Gentle massage. And bring any pain back off. Just enjoying the sensations. And then move to the ears. Giving those ears a little massage. How much attention do you give your ears? How grateful are we for them? Moving to the back of the neck. That occipital ridge. Touch that a little. Back to the back of the neck. Massaging just the side of the spine there, the cervicals. Beautiful rector spinae muscle. So good. Moving forward very gently in the throat. Just a feather. Touch. And beginning to massage the chin. Relaxing the head. Jaw there. Just giving that jaw a little energy. Gentle massage. Open and shut it. Relaxing. Just begin to go around. Massage the face. Gentle on the areas like the eyes. Just a feather touch. A little deeper in some areas. Get the lips, the nose. Cheekbones. I'm going to end off with a little tapping with the fingertips, just a gentle tap. Face, and you can start to expand to the ears and scalp a little bit, the neck, Coming back and releasing. And now we're going to move to the other side. So my right leg is extended out. I'm going to bring the left leg in towards the body. Wrapping those hands around the left leg, feeling that connection between the hands and the leg. And I'm going to gently be bringing the left leg in towards the earth, the armpit. It's out wide, so we don't want to be pressing towards that rib cage. And then this right leg is pressing down towards the earth. Just relaxed and feel those two simultaneous lines of energy. Engage the bandha, the mula bandha, and breathe into the belly, the lower abdomen. Noticing sensation, basking in the ecstatic sensations of the present. Take the swap, nice and slow. One more breath here. Releasing that leg. Back down. Let's take a little time to massage these hips and this pelvic area a little bit. Just noticing the sensations here. You can even come up onto cheeks and massage the buttocks a little bit. Always feels good. Embodying all parts of our body. Don't want to leave anything out. And feeling that all those muscles that come through this pelvic area, just honoring them, honoring this part of you that you're embodied in, that you're animating through conscious awareness. Square up. Beautiful. And then let's just take both legs up. I'm not going to go into a half shoulder stand, just a little inversion, pointing the feet up to the sky and then down to the earth. And if you'd like, you can take those legs out, bringing the hands to the legs to guide them, noticing that connection, maybe even rubbing that part of your leg, back of your knee, calf, reach your heel, and massage on the feet. Bring your attention to your body, to the touch. Knees, don't forget your knees, and your thigh. And then relaxing the legs down. Good job. We're going to do a supine pigeon or a square. It's a great hip opener. It really feels good. It's very beneficial. So I'm going to keep my right knee up. Right foot is flat on the earth for the moment. And I'm going to rest that left ankle just above that right knee. And then I'm going to lift that right foot up off the earth, clasp my hands behind the thigh of the right leg, and gently pull that leg in. Feeling that hip opening on the left side. Engaging the bandhas and breathe and becoming absorbed into sensation. Relax the front. Inhale as you bring that leg in, and exhale. On your next exhale, bring your legs both back down onto the earth, knees up, feet on the mat. And we're going to go to the other side. This right leg, and I'm going to rest the right ankle just above the left knee. Lift that left foot off the earth, bring that left leg in towards the body, clasping my hands behind the left hamstring, the left thigh, and gently pulling that left leg into the body as I feel that hip opener now on the right side. Engaging my Mula Bandha, breathing into the lower belly. Fully absorbed in sensation in the moment. On your next inhale and your next exhale, bring that leg a little closer into the body. And your last exhale, releasing the leg down. Beautiful turn. Let's bring those knees into the chest, rocking back and forth. Do just a couple more poses and then releases. Not sure how much time. Let's do our fish. That's really good. Gentle back bend for the upper thoracics. So let's extend those legs out. Hands are palms down by our side, and we're going to scoot them underneath the buttocks. Scooting those elbows and the whole arm, forearm, everything snug into the body. We're going to press into the elbows as we lift the chest up, the head up, relax the head, and then gently bringing yourself down, relax top of the head. Chest is open, heart is open. Engage the bandhas, and let's breathe and bask. Breathing into the belly. Deep, slow, fully present breath. One more breath. On your next inhale, pressing into the elbows, lifting the body, straightening out the head, and coming back gently down, fully laying on your back, releasing each hand. And let's bring those knees into the chest. We've got this Xander. You see ecstatic yoga kitty. He really likes to be here. He's always here, you just don't always see him in other spots in the room. Always here. He's here. And we're going to move into Baddha Konasana, bringing those feet together and rocking back and forth. And then gently bringing those feet in towards the body. Rocking back and forth whenever it feels right. And whenever you're ready, releasing the legs, and we're just going to move into a gentle baby, kicking those legs around, enjoying the sensation, just like you did when you were a little baby. And I invite you to do any last pose you'd like to do before we move into the releases and Savasana. Anything that your body may have felt like it wanted to do during the practice. Maybe a stretch. And also connecting to any part of your body that may have felt neglected. You didn't do much on the shoulders and the back. So just feeling that back and massaging those shoulders a little bit. Remembering to do it with great love, attention, appreciation for this body, just the way it is and the way it is. You can see this cat. There it is. And we're going to do some releases. We're going to have both knees up, feet are hip width apart, and we're going to move first into hula. So my right hip is going down. Everything's flat on the earth. Satan's flat on the earth. Nothing that's up. Goes down towards the right heel. Left comes up towards the left armpit. They won't reach, but they're going in that direction and swiveling. So the right hip's coming up towards the right armpit, and the left is reaching down towards the left heel. And just continue to swivel those hips. Feeling that sensation in lumbar spine, sacrum, pelvic area. What sensations do you feel? Moving slow enough, slow repetitive movements. Really feel the sensations in the body. And then coming back to center, and we're going to move into hip pointers. So I'm going to take this right hip. The left hip is rooted into the earth, and take the right hip and point it up towards the sky. And then I'm going to rest that right hip down, root that right side into the earth, and point the left hip up the sky. Hip pointers, relaxing down. And going back and forth at your own pace. And then noticing the sensation. And then coming back to center, we're going to move into cat, cow, and supine. I love this. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to move into our cat. As we press the small of the back into the earth, tucking the tailbone under. And then we're flexing the spine. And then we're going to move into cow. As we extend the spine, we're going to arch that lumbar spine up off the earth. Even if our body is still on the earth, some of our back is still on, we're going to feel that spine arching up into flexion. And moving back and forth, cat, cow, flexion, extension, noticing sensation, breathing into the belly, fully present. And make some micro movements as you move through it, honoring your body, never going into pain. And coming back to center. And we're going to take those feet and bring them out further apart from each other, keeping the knees up nice and wide. You can bring them all the way out to the wide edges of your yoga mat, if you have a mat. And we're going to drop one leg at a time, single knee, single leg drop. Noticing that little twist. Beautiful sensations on the hip. Keeping the breath flowing and bask. And one more time on each side. And bringing the knee, both knees up and begin to walk those feet. Bring them all the way together. We'll drop both knees over to one side. And then we can either windshield washer those knees side to side, or you can lift the top knee up, bringing it over to the other side nice and slowly and allowing the bottom to follow. Doing what feels best for you. Noticing the sensation, fully present, and breathe. Enjoying this last bit of movement, bringing that attention to the body, that love, conscious awareness. One more time on either side. And then coming back to neutral. Let's bring those knees into the chest and do a little rocking, some circles, massaging that lower back, releasing and relaxing all tension. So we can be very relaxed during Savasana. And when you're ready, bring your legs out. Relaxing the whole body. Nice to have the palms up. Bring the feet apart just a little and let those legs flop externally a little bit. Finding a position that's deeply relaxed. If you need to put something under your knees, and do that. Or a gentle pillow under your head. And begin to deeply relax the whole body. Eyes are closed, tension. Focus is drawn inward. Consciously invite the muscles, bones to relax. And the digestive system to relax. The endocrine system, glands to all relax. The respiratory system, the lungs, relax and release. The circulatory system, the heart, blood vessels, the arteries, all relax. Feeling as the physical body becomes heavier and it's drawn more and more towards the earth. Bones are heavier and drawn more towards the earth. reproductive system to relax and release. And the organ of the skin to release and relax. And finally, that nervous system in the brain, all the nerves, all the synapses. Release and relax. And rest in silence as your body, mind, and spirit integrate the entire practice to all levels of your being. Taking a nice deep breath into the belly. Gently coming back into this embodiment, into this sacred temple. Knowing you are the awareness, the conscious awareness that animates through this body. It operates. You are an eternal presence, not a temporary form. And truly connecting with that identity for a few breaths. That soul identity, an eternal, true aspect of yourself. Feel into this expanded self. Has no beginning or end, is empty. One with all life. Taking one last breath, basking in the sensations, the inner presence, gratitude and love, and inviting yourself to stay connected for the rest of this day, the next day, and the next, every day, connected to this inner aliveness, conscious awareness, its eternal self, always. In a deeply loving, accepting, appreciative way. Great respect that this is you. And one more deep breath. Beginning to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Stretching out the body. You bring those knees up. Nothing like this. Moving over to one side or the other. And when you're ready, coming up to a seated position. And take a moment to bring yourself back to that intention that you set, beginning the practice. One last scan of the body, the inner aliveness, the emotions. And coming back, and we'll conclude our static yoga asana, Yin Asana practice with a focus of sacred embodiment with Namaste prayer. I honor the place in you in which the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you which is of love, light, truth, and peace. When I am in that place in me, and you are in that place in you, we are one. Namaste. Thank you for joining me with Ecstatic Yoga. And Grace, please go to ecstaticyoga.studio to find out more about our yoga teacher trainings. We have online trainings, hybrid trainings, and 22-day in-person trainings. And we have yoga retreats. Wishing you a beautiful and blessed day.